What is going on, family? What is going on, family? Welcome to another edition of Nightly Notions here on Black Mill TV. But family, we've had some amazing, not so great news that's unfolded right now and kicked off on the YouTube sphere at this moment in time, family. Do you see what I'm saying? And we're going to be getting into it today. We're going to be talking about fresh and fit, or fit and fresh, whichever way you want to put it. And oof, this is a heavy one. So let's get into it, family. Let's get into it. All right, so let me share my screen. You seen the thumbnail, you seen the title, guys. You know what time it is. But before we get into that, guys, if you like the content, you like the channel, you like how we talk and what we're talking about here, building culture, building family values, LSG lifestyle, LSG business, LSG marriage. We're talking about the union of family. We're talking about building legacy for our children and for our children's children going forward in the future. But we're saying that we have to establish a new culture and a new mindset. Saying that, what's taking place right now is definitely an example of that, family. LSG lifestyle, LSG mindset, love plus support equals growth. It's a different mindset we need in this age and in this time. Because what's going on in Fresh and Fit on the Manosphere is really something that we have to take into serious consideration. Let me just put it out there. We don't condone the alleged behavior of Fresh or Fit. But that being said, we are going to dive deeply into the conversation and find out what exactly is really unfolding. I want to give a big shout out to Oshay Duke Jackson, because he dropped a great video, and I'm going to put it up. I'm going to go through the video so that we can get a better understanding of what's actually going on and why Fish and Fresh. I'm going to say Fish and Fresh is like, what's going on? Why Fresh and Fit need to be excommunicated. So let's get into it. Let me pull up the video. Let me share my audio. Let me turn this music down just a bit. Right? So you can hear everything. All right.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy, Oshay Duke Jackson. Back at it again. It's another episode of the Celebrity Jump. This is a tough video for me to do. And again, I wanted to stay out of it. And my initial mind was for me to do so. But you know what? I got to be a man that stands on my own 2 words. And you guys know through this whole Albert and Preach thing, I've been adamant by saying that, it was unwarranted for Albert and Preach to kick this off when they were there and had the opportunity to do so. But it wasn't until about 2 days ago that I really got information as to the real truth about Fresh and Fit. Okay, it has nothing to even do with the Albert and Preach thing. But I understand now why Albert and Preach.
So let me just pause that right there and get you up to speed real quick. Before everything hits the fan, there's been a number of rumors and a number of accusations being flying around. And before all those accusations and rumors we get into that situation, Fresh and Fit put out an open challenge to Aber and Preach. And we're going to talk about that in a second. Aber and Preach, big shout out to Aber and Preach. Amazing YouTuber, been in the game for 10 years, if not more. Got 1 million subscribers. So they're big in the game, 100%. And they were on Fresh and Fish's show, Fresh and Fish. I keep saying Fresh and Fish. Fresh and Fit, right? They were on Fresh and Fit's show a few months back. And they made a recent review video reviewing one of Fresh and Fit's previous videos and previous content. That didn't go down too well at the Fresh and Fish camp. They weren't feeling that too much. So live on air, Myron had a spaz out.
No, God!
Had a spaz out and challenged him and Fresh, challenged Aberrant Preach to a boxing match. Seriously. So let's get into it. Let's get Oshay to give us the rundown. Let's get into it.
Real truth about Fresh and Fit. Okay, it has nothing to even do with the Albert Preach thing. But I understand now why Albert Preach was motivated to do that video in the first place. And I'm gonna without dropping information, I'll tell you this. Fresh and Fit are serious. Okay, they are. The things that I know that they do, the people who they shit on, it's amazing. And I want to say this for anybody from our community, and even though they're in the mainstream manosphere, Black Manosphere, guys, you have no business dealing with these dudes. These guys, it's sad. These guys shouldn't even be in the manosphere, black or white. Okay, I take a lot of umbrage with them. And at first, I didn't understand why, but if you knew the backstory like I did, then you would know. That's all I'm going to say. But these guys are what they say they are. And I'm going to come out and apologize to Nina Unrated, to Albert and Preach, because it had nothing to do with the Albert and Preach situation. These guys are liars. These guys are snakes. These guys are backstabbers.
Let me pause it right there again for you, family. Bring you back up to speed. The reason why Oshay Duke Jackson is going crazy on them right now, talking about how these guys are frauds, these guys are liars, that these guys aren't worth the paper it's printed on.
What did you say, nigga?
That's right. That's what Oshay said, right? The reason why he's saying that is because these guys are part of the new wave, or part of the wave in this particular sect of the manosphere, not the whole manosphere, but a particular sect in the manosphere where I believe, Black Mo TV, we believe that these men are scamming younger men. These men are scamming younger men in the sense that they're proclaiming to be self-help male empowerment or improvement coaches. That's what they claim to be. And in claiming to be that, they're spitting game, teaching men how to get game, how to get girls, how to not be finessed by girls, how to be their best version of themselves. This is what they preach on their platform. But not once on their platform do they preach any moral standards, morals, principles, values. Not once on their platform do I hear that, do I see that. On an LSG, we talk about that. Kevin Samuels did a video about it the other day called Dropping Dime. Shout out to Kevin Samuels. I'm going to pull that up as well, because it all ties into what we speak about here at LSG. Love plus support equals growth. It's an equation. It's a mindset. It's an equation and a mindset, and we're going to talk about it. We're going to touch on it, because the equation is based on principles that are aimed at establishing leadership qualities in men, because men are the leaders of the household, men are the leaders of the community, taking back their masculinity. The only way they can do that is by establishing principles and a higher sense of communal cohesion through shared morals, standards, and discipline. But we're going to get into it. We're going to get into it. So these guys are pushing this message to young men, teaching them these strategies on how to acquire females. Okay. So now that I hope you got up to speed, I want to go back to Oshay's video. Let's hear him speak. Let's hear what Oshay has to say concerning these two guys and why he says, according to his video, that they're trash.
Y'all are trash.
Let's get into it.
I got proof of that. And nobody wants me to drop my receipts. So that's all I'm going to say about that. I'm going to leave it alone. These guys are trash. These guys are not good human beings. These guys are awful. I'll leave it at that. Now, I I wanna go back and talk about this new video about this particular young lady who has dropped this video talking about lies exposed, Fresh and Fit and frauds. Anna Quinn Fitness. Now, Anna Quinn Fitness has dropped this video talking about that. You know, we've seen the screenshot that Myron said, unless you come by and have sex with us, that we're not gonna let you onto the show.
What?
All of the information that's documented between the two. Myron lying about it, just like he's been lying about a lot of stuff before the Auburn Police thing. See, that's what I'm doing. I'm talking about since they've been in the game. These guys will do anything for money. These guys will throw anybody under the bus. Okay? So the stuff.
What?
NANI?
Listen to what Oshay is saying about these dudes. Now, if you guys want me to review that video of Anna Quinn, leave a comment down below, right? Or thumbs up this video so I know. Because we're going to get into this, right? We're going to get into this. And the reason why we're going to get into this is because on this platform, we'll preach LSG, love plus support equals growth. We preach changing a different mindset, changing the narrative. And in order to change the narrative, we must change the culture. Because culture is the transmission of shared values. My screen's trying to zoom out and zoom in on me. What's going on? Right? Okay, there we go. Oh, it's doing it again. Bear with me. I don't know why it's doing that. Okay. So let me go over here. Culture is the abstract learned shared values and standards generating behavior. Because when you have moral standards, discipline, and principles, they guide you. They generate behavior. And men nowadays, being effeminate in this effeminate system, they need moral standards, principles, and discipline in order to guide them into a new culture, a culture of a different mindset, a culture that elevates them from the 4 Ps, the problem solving, provisioning, procreation, and provision. The 4 basic principles that form the core fundamental groundwork of a man. They need to elevate themselves into surface level masculinity, where they start learning the principles of duty, honor, respect, accountability, dependability, discipline, integrity, protector, problem solving, provisioning, and all of the above, honor. Because once they learn these things, they can now move into being true core level masculine men. We don't use the term alpha male, and we don't use the term beta male, because those are false paradigms of the way we see it, because they put you in a box that has a preconceived notion about how you're supposed to behave, but that behavior is false, and I'll explain why. Because that behavior keeps you trapped in the surface level masculine frame and masculine mindset, not being able to grow. We believe, based on dealing with the 15 years in the Bible, in the scriptures, men's leadership, where I was over the men's leadership teaching, my wife was over the female ministry, where we were bringing men from the hood into a better understanding of the scriptures and in a better understanding of who they are as human beings and as men. But let's get into it some more. Before Oshay gets into it, let's get some more before I start going off on the tangent.
I made a video. Think these guys are solid. Like, oh yeah, these guys are getting lied on. Taking these guys' word for it because they're in the sphere. Won't do that again. These guys try to use their position as podcast hosts. You know, going into a woman's inbox, asking can you be on the show, trying to be Aaron Rodgers Curry mode one. She don't even know you. You have absolutely no game. You know, the reason why I'm messaging you is not about platonic. But then you message her about doing a collab, and then all of a sudden, you don't want to do the collab because you're being rude and obnoxious and you're a high value man, and there's plenty chicks in Miami, and you guys are dating coaches. Like, bro, that's the worst game. Like, where do you guys even come from? And let me just say this, man. I'm just gonna be honest. As much as I don't want to say this, but I'm gonna say this, right? As an African American guy, Fresh is from Sudan, and Myron's from Sudan, I believe. Fresh is from Barbados. When you look at this show, they look like African American guys. So when you guys are out here doing this, you're representing us, even if you're not African American. People are gonna look at it as, here are two young guys, and that's why I was supporting you brothers, man. I'm gonna be honest. That's why a lot of guys are supporting me, because you were young black men out here trying to do something. I know somebody now. I know I'm gonna get some calls about this. Why I should do this video, but fuck that. That's why I came to your guys' defense, because you was young black men trying to do something, and you guys are embarrassing us. You embarrass yourself. You embarrass your own people, and you embarrass our community. You embarrass the Black Manosphere because you're black. You embarrass the greatest Manosphere, and you embarrass the people in your own community for how you guys are.
I said, bitch, who raised you?
These guys, the things that they do behind the scenes that I approve of, and I'm not saying this to save face. I don't even care about your subscribers like that. I'm still adamant about that. I've lost subscribers. I still don't give a shit. I really don't. But I'm real though. And the way you guys treated that young lady was uncalled for. I know that some girls are, giving thought and other stuff. That young lady didn't do nothing to you. You're the one that asked her to be on your show. And the stuff that Nina was saying about you guys, I couldn't believe that. Now I do. Because you guys are liars. And it's not only how you treat her that convinced me. It's how you treat other people in our sector that has convinced me. I got proof of that. All right? And I know I made another video about the fresh gun thing. And again, those videos come out pretty late. Because, SPK, he's editing that. So he takes a long time to do it because he's trying to make a good job. But what you guys are doing, and again, if I would have known how you guys really work, and for the people that had information and they saw me making the videos and stuff like that for them, I wish y'all would have told me earlier. But for the people that's close to y'all, that's living out there and been around y'all, and the stuff that you guys say about people, bro, y'all not real, bro. You guys are fake. They don't need to be in the manosphere at all. These guys need to be gone, black or white. White is not my fault. If Rolo want to rock with y'all, Donovan, that's cool. Over here, none of our guys need to be dealing with them, period. Look, they're a bad look for black men. They're a bad look for what we're doing over here. Out. I'm thoroughly disappointed in these guys. And for Outer and Breach, for what it's worth, I know exactly why you had a battery in your back to do what you did. I know why. I would have did the same damn thing. No wonder why they got so much heat for y'all. They didn't even know this was personal. I know why they want to ruin y'all now. I know why. I know exactly why. And if it was me, I'd do the same goddamn thing too. But I didn't know. I didn't know. But guys, it's your boy Oshay Duke Jackson. Back at it again. Another episode of the Celebrity Jump. I appreciate you for all that you do.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no! Oh yeah!
Want to give a big shout out to Oshay Duke Jackson over there, the big brother in the Manosphere. If Kevin Samuels is the Godfather, he is definitely your big brother. And he, I don't know what to say, boy. He just gave Kevin, excuse me. He just gave Fresh and Fit. He just gave them the finger, man. Said, you out, bro.
Yeah. I said it. I don't give a fuck.
He said, I said it. I want you guys out. Out. He said, I want them out now. Why? Because these men have just displayed, even though it's a mistake, they're young. I think Myron is what? In his 30, 31. And Fresh, Walter, love that name, Walter, is 28 years old. Now, these men are young right now, right? These men are young. So they're trying to teach game to younger men in the early 20s and etc. and how to pick up girls. But then from what I'm seeing here, and the story goes deep, the rabbit hole goes deep, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go into it because we need to go into it because young men like this and other men who follow them need to understand that they have much to learn about it, what it means to be a man, what it means to step into that masculine frame.
Much to learn, you still have.
Rather than running.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
To fake so-called male empowerment guys who were there to help you when really they're fleecing you of your money because they haven't really learnt the game themselves. A. B. They're acting in a conduct unbecoming of a leader in the community. C. They're leaving receipts all over the place, left, right, and center, like breadcrumbs from Hansel and Gretel.
Damn!
And that behavior, when exposed, only makes it harder for other men who A, look to them, or B, trying to find their way into a masculine frame so that they can be leaders in their household, so that they can regain back their community. And it only makes the job harder.
Some motherfuckers are always trying to ice skate uphill.
I mean, from what I'm hearing, that's going down, and it's all over the YouTube space right now. But I'll be getting the videos. I'll be going into it because we've got the Aberrant Priest situation where they challenge them to a fight, and they're supposed to be saying that they're alpha males. Listen, if an alpha male challenges you to a fight, according to the stereotypical framework of what an alpha male is supposed to be, you're not supposed to be backing down when your challenge is now accepted. So if you then make a challenge and then your challenge is accepted and then you back down from the challenge, I'm sorry, but you look like a clown.
Circus, Afro circus, Afro circus, Afro, polka dot, Afro.
Nah, man, you need to take a couple of steps back so that you can reevaluate your conduct and your behavior and your mannerism. Because if we go into it, a man is supposed to be built on certain principles, certain foundations that allow him. You know what? Let me just put it up, man. Let me just put it up. I want to. This is stuff that's on the Patreon. That's going to be on the Patreon. So for those of you men that actually want to learn to be masculine, that actually want to be grounded in morals, principles, values that are worth something, that can make you a suitable mate to a woman, if you so choose to get one, because I don't see what else you're supposed to do. Go in your own way. For what purpose? Playing the field continuously, yeah, that's fun, but take it from an OG myself, man. Listen, it's not all it's cracked up to be, okay? Not everybody gets out unscathed, myself included. But you have to understand that as a young man, you make mistakes. And as an older man, speaking as an older brother, you're supposed to learn from the mistakes of your older brothers, those that came before you. Now, I can accept that those that came before you have dropped the ball because I wasn't taught certain things. I had to learn these things. I had to research. I had to go into study. I had to go into different fields, different religions, different understandings, from Kemet to Nuwabism, from Egyptology to Kemet to Nuwabism, from Nuwabism to the Hebrew Israelite culture, into Christianity, into the Bible, getting a full understanding, reading about Zoroastrianism, Hinduism, Islam, reading about Plato and the Socrates, understanding the history of black. These things all play a part. The black history, African history, the great writers, the great books, what changed the face and surface of the planet that we live on to what it looks like today. These things all play a part in your growth and in your understanding as a man and who you are and where you are from. Because if you don't know your past, you are doomed to repeat it. And those people that don't know their past don't understand their present and therefore cannot chart a path for their future. Instead, they'll be sitting in a locked room acting like, wake up. The reason why you're effeminate in this society is because they didn't give you moral standards and principles with which to be able to stand on. So let's get into it real quick. Over here on Black Mo TV, we preach an LSG lifestyle, which stands for love plus support equals growth. It's an equation. You must have love plus support in order to get the growth. And from what I'm seeing, Fresh and Fit got the love and support from the community, thus they got the growth on their platform. The question I'm going to put to you in this investigation, in this deep dive into what's going on, is did they apply this equation, love plus support equals growth? Did they apply it back to their community? Because as I said to you before, these are principles. These are principles. In the pillar of love, you have truth, integrity, and accountability. In support, you have interdependent, abundance mindset, and a group economic philosophy. And the outcome that you get from those equations and those principles and those dynamics is prosperity, legacy, and family. But it gets deeper. Because these are the pillars that we speak about. But when you transform these pillars into the understanding that a family, a man and a woman, produce children, which propagate society. And in order to propagate society, you must give them a culture. You must give them a culture which is shared values, learned. Not what they've learned with this ratchet culture. Not what they've learned with this HOE culture. Not what they've learned with this effeminate male culture. Not what they've learned walking around in arrogance and disdain and disdainful conduct or treatment, pride, haughtiness, with excessive high opinions of oneself, not being able to understand that we need to walk with a different mindset. We've been tricked. We've been hoodwinked. We've been bamboozled, ladies and gentlemen. That's what's happened.
Got him! Got him!
And when we sit around like lemons, not taking accountability for the things that we're supposed to be doing, not taking accountability of our actions so that we can resolve the conflicts, the issues, and make plans going forward. No, we don't want to do that, do we? We'd rather pay money to brothers. I won't even call them brothers if what they are accused of turns out to be true. Men in arms, if they don't have the same moral code and mindset. Kevin Samuel spoke about it. He called it DIME. Discipline, integrity, morals, and ethics. What is he talking about? He's talking about a core level masculine man. He calls it high value, even though that's a different thing. But within the core essence of a high value man is the thing, the dime, what Kevin Samuel speaks about. Because when you, as a young man, you need to understand the 4 P's. Provision, procreation, protection, and problem solving. Once you understand these in your realm and in your environment as a man yourself for your lifestyle, you then move on to a surface level masculine man. What is a surface level masculine man? You may ask. A surface level masculine man operates on a rules-based guidance system. In the religious text, you have laws, statutes, and commandments. To give you an example, right? So a set of rules or instructions previously given, learned, or attained, which turns back to what? Culture. These males often have to refer back to rules, instructions, and guidance to handle situations because they are not equipped or experienced enough to be able to act them on those principles autonomously. So they must keep going back to the rules, which means they make mistakes. And when they make mistakes, they must revert back to the rules in order to rectify the mistake. But if the men are not built on sound principles, morals, values, ethics, if they're not built with standing on truth, integrity, accountability, which is love, plus support, plus interdependent mindset, abundance, and group economics, we don't get the growth. And we clearly see that within our community because men don't want to work together, because men don't want to change the culture, which in turn changes the mindset, which in turn changes the behavior. Surface level masculine men, such as Fresh and Fit, typically seek instruction from core masculine men. What they've done is that they've gone on conference like Convention 21. Shout out to those brothers over there. Taking books like from writers like Rollo Tomasi and all those other guys. Shout out to them. And created a course to give to you without having the experience themselves. Now, I'm going to tell you straight up as an OG. My wife will tell you straight up how I used to, how I was back in the day. These brothers ain't got no game. You don't slide up in a woman's DMs and start talking business and then flip it to talking about linking up, checking her out. That doesn't move that way. What are you talking about? That's low level gameplay. That's right, I said it. Low level gameplay. And it's brothers like that act in that fashion, in that behavior, are the reason why certain women, modern women, are going to use that and as the victimhood Olympics for them to shut down certain things.
Because I don't blame the girls for the way that they act. Yeah. I blame you motherfuckers.
That's what's going on. Because surface level masculine men make errors and make mistakes pretending to be core masculine men. And when they pretend to be core masculine men without the values, morals, principles, and discipline, they end up being alpha males. That bravado. Ooh, I'm tough. I'm a tough guy. Yeah, I'm a tough guy.
Stupid.
Get slapped down, right? Because really, it's a cap. They're feigning being a tough guy. They're feigning being an alpha.
It's over 9,000!
Because they're still going through trial and error. Experience and confidence, as well as maturity and time, is what allows a surface level masculine man to become a core level masculine man. But if he doesn't have the instruction, if he doesn't have the principle, he'll be standing around like, and in the case of Fresh and Fit, they'll be scoring on goals and making sure that their platform gets shut down.
Oh my God!
So for all you brothers out there who are followers of Fresh and Fit and the camp, I would say to you right now, hold tight, because this is going to be a bumpy ride. We're going to get into some more of the videos. We're going to pull up that Anna Quinn video, go into that and have a conversation, because guys, whew, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. These brothers have acted in a very unprofessional manner. And in my opinion,
You are really dumb. For real.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah, that's it. So, in the words of Myron family, this is what I'm going to say to Fresh and Fit for now.
Y'all niggas are stupid, bro. Like,
Yep. Because the things that they preach, they don't practice. But they've hoodwinked brothers to spend money. Over here, we're trying to be real over here. We set up the Patreon. We set up the men's classes, and we're trying to get it out to you guys so you can be real men in your households and take leadership of your women, because they're crying out for the leadership, man. The women are crying out for the leadership. And let me tell you a secret, gentlemen. When women are crying out for the leadership, they're like children, not to down my sisters, but hear me out. Our sisters have this mindset that if they're belittled, if they're downtrodden, if they're oppressed, if they've been shown that they're worth nothing and treated like they're worth nothing, you know what they're going to do? This is a psychological mindset. It's not even just on women. If they're treated like that and shown that, which is what Zaddy does to them, in case we don't realize who is really behind what's going on here, because I ain't playing that game. Because Zaddy is the one that keeps them in that position and tricks them. They feel, well, if I'm bad already, I might as well act that way. You already see me as that. Let me act that way. And I see men doing the same thing with their feminism. Y'all got to grab yourselves by your loins, as the scriptures say. You brothers are walking around here with no dignity, man. With no dignity, man. Grab yourself by the loins, gentlemen. Change your mindset and move into a different space. Have more respect for yourself. Have more respect for the black male image. That's what I'm going to say for now, man. Listen, you got a choice.
Now we can do this the easy way or we can do it the hard way. The choice is yours.
Silence, you funny fool.
And with that, family, I will say peace. I'm out. Don't forget to like the video on the way out. Subscribe to the channel, guys. Share the video if you like the content. And of course, Black Mo TV, Nightly Notions. We catch you later, fam.